Understanding volcanoes. What is a volcano? An opening or vent in Earth's surface which magma, ash and gases erupt from. Where do volcanoes exist? Volcanoes are most commonly found close to tectonic plate margins, where plate movements either destroy or create crust. The behaviour of these margins influences the type of volcano formed. At divergent margins they tend to be less violent compared to steep, explosive volcanoes at convergent margins. Read more about plate margins here. Less commonly, volcanoes form far from plate margins above hotspots. These are exceptionally hot, stationary plumes of magma that burn through crust to create chains of volcanoes as the overlying plate moves over. The most well-known example is the Hawaii island chain. What are volcanic hazards? Volcanoes have many primary and secondary hazards, yet the severity of these impacts varies between volcano types and locations. Below are some of New Zealand's most significant hazards. Familiarise yourself with the images and use the additional information to deepen your understanding. Primary hazards. These are direct, immediate consequences of volcanic eruptions. Click to learn more. Tephra and ballistics. Rocks ejected from the main debris column at high speeds during an eruption. Can be found up to 5 kilometres away from the vent. Causes primary hazards via direct impact and secondary fires when extremely hot. Volcanic ash. Fragmented rock less than 2 millimetres in size can have detrimental impacts on health, infrastructure and the environment. Also causes implications for visibility globally, known to disrupt aviation. Pyroclastic density currents. Hot, fast-flowing avalanches of volcanic rock, gases and ash. Impacts are generally localised, yet they cause extreme destruction to everything in their path. Lava. Molten rock that erupts from volcanoes and flows across landscapes. Viscosity, how thick or thin it is, controls lava behaviour. Higher viscosity traps gas, resulting in explosive eruptions, and lower viscosity runs easily and far, forming shield volcanoes. Can also trigger secondary hazards such as fires. Volcanic gases and aerosols. Released during eruptions can pose risks to humans, animals, crops and infrastructure. The extent of risk is dependent on concentration of gases and length of exposure. Can also cause acid rain, further damaging ecosystems and crops. Secondary hazards. These are direct consequences triggered by primary hazards. Click to learn more. Lahars. Also known as volcanic mudflows, they form when water mixes with ash, rock and volcanic debris. They are fast-flowing and can reach up to 100 kilometres. They can be triggered by extreme rainfall post-eruption. Have historically accounted for 26% of volcanic-related deaths. Landslides. Steep volcanoes are often formed from poorly consolidated volcanic deposits, making slopes highly unstable. This can cause landslides post-volcanic activity. They have caused many fatalities as secondary hazards to volcanic events. They can occur at both active and dormant volcanoes. Tsunamis. Caused by pyroclastic density currents entering the sea. They can lead to mass fatalities and infrastructure destruction in coastal areas, whilst also contaminating water sources with debris and sewage. Volcanic Explosivity Indexed. VEI is a worldwide scale used to determine the size, magnitude and intensity of a volcanic eruption. Tephra volume, height of eruption column and qualitative observations are used to determine the value. It uses a logarithmic scale from 0 to 8, where an increase by 1 represents a 10-fold increase in intensity. A VEI of 0 represents no eruption, whereas 8 indicates a supereruption, such as the Oruwani eruption of Lake Tapao 26,500 years ago. Watch this video for more detail on the Volcanic Explosivity Index. Kaitaki Connect.